I just been shopping. And now it's time to do some Apod 7. Bum-ba-dum. Can't sing to save my life, but here we are recording a new podcast. I had just got out of shopping in Harris Teeter, so figured why not I can just share my experience shopping while getting out of this parking lot safely, which might be a little harder than it looks like. Really doesn't help that I have a bike rack in this car. Not only was this car not easy to see out of, but adding a bike rack did not help. And I don't even know the last time I've really even used this. My dad uses it. And I don't remember the last time he uses it either. Like, whenever he takes us cycling, he just, I don't know, takes the bike from, the garage bike rack and just cycles on by himself, so he doesn't even need this. I mean, it is a good bumper protector. Kind of. Actually, that's a good idea. If I extend it, I could just prevent people from hitting the back of my car. That's a genius idea. I stagger myself sometimes with my ingenious ideas. If you know where that quote comes from, you deserve a senior discount. But okay. Alright, but coming back to matters, I'd just come out of Harris Teeter, which frankly wasn't a planned trip, really. My parents just said, you're gonna go to Harris Teeter, or like, they're like, can you go to Harris Teeter to get some stuff? Which they really meant is, go to Harris Teeter or you're not having dinner. That's really how they phrase it. They phrase it all nice, but I know what they're doing. Now, my shopping, I take the rule of, if it's good, grab it and go. I need to get, some apples. They felt fine, grab it and go. Like, I think my mom takes so long. She looks at every single apple, turns them all over, and inspects them, compares them to other apples. Some apples that aren't technically even apples, okay? And she looks at them, sniffs at them, and after about 2 minutes, she puts them back and then doesn't even buy any apples. Like, the hell was all that for? It's the same thing for every single item. Now, my dad, on the other hand, takes my approach a little to the extreme, the other end, where he just looks at the apples and says, you're coming home with me. He just grabs them, doesn't even look them around. I think I take a good mixture of both, where I'm quick, where I take, I think, less than 10 seconds, but I still take a few extra seconds that I turn the whole apple around, as more than often my dad gets, apples from the store when he's, coming home. And when he sets them on the table, I'm like, there's a huge, just bruise, just an apple. Like, why'd you get this? He's like, I didn't see them bruising the apple. But he was quick, so I can't really blame him. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's how I am with just general shopping. Like, if it looks good, and it's, decently, what I need, boom, just get it. But, honestly, it just depends on how you are. Mom, ages, I tell you. And it really is selective, right? My dad was telling me there's 4 different types of people in this world. He was reading a kind of one of these kind of leadership books, like you would in your late 40s, because of course. And he was telling me there's 4 people. He was giving me a summary of the book, and I forgot what this book was called. I might include it in the next Apod if I do remember. But he said there's 4 people. There are the obligers, or the people who do things the right way. These people have inward expectations and also outward expectations. So if someone tells them to do something, they'll do it. But if you want to do it yourself, you also do it. And this goes for a lot of people. A lot of very good leadership forward people do this. And it's a good leadership tactic to have other people pressure you to do something, you do it, but also what you want inward, you do it. Then there's the questioners. And these people, they do their inward, like, expectations. Like, if they need to, like, wake up, and you tell yourself, like, I'm gonna wake up at 7 a.m. to do this, they'll do it. But any outward expectation or any outward instruction given to them, they will question to the nth term. And I think I know a couple of people who fit into this degree, including myself. You know, it really didn't make sense until he said that. I was like, damn, I really do fit in that. And I think even, I would say my mom definitely would fit in this. And I'll give you guys an example why. Mostly because whenever it's very convenient for my mom to do something on top of things, but when it isn't, she'll be late. Like, for example, so, you know, we need to go to the mall to get my, you know, we need to go to the temple, which required us to go to the mall to have, you know, lunch and everything like that. We had a huge day planned. Mom was like, okay, right? We were meant to go at like 11, right? So we can beat the early traffic, because we know, because this was like winter break too, so people were free. Okay. We left around like 12:45. Okay. You know, and then even during the car ride, she was still doing her makeup. So this was like, okay. But I know it wasn't her necessarily being lazy. I knew it was just because mom didn't want to go, okay? Because not but a week later, when she had like a massage appointment, okay? Keep in mind, I needed to drive her because mom was feeling so tired, right? I decided to take a little bit longer because I needed to find my glasses and stuff like that, okay? Yelled at for 2 minutes, like, hey, why are you taking so long? I was in shock. Like, we had to, the appointment was at 1, and it was like, you know, a good like hour drive. So 12 we should start. 11:30 mom was in the car. Unbelievable. I was like, wow, this is how it is. Yeah, only when it's convenient, huh? So yeah, definitely applies to a few people, and I know. Then there are the I guess the more follower type, where, you know, these people don't really do their inward expectations, but they follow like outward expectations, which I really think is the worst, right? Like, if you can't get yourself to like do something yourself, but if someone else tells you to do it, I don't know how that works. Haven't really seen anyone do that. And then, of course, the last one, this was my favorite, and I definitely know at least 1 or 2 people watching this podcast or listening to it is part of this, and these are called the rebels, who don't listen to their inward expectations or outward expectations, which I find hysterical, because not only do you not listen to anyone else, you don't listen to yourself. But yeah, that was a kind of you know, insightful thing. The only problem is, since I still do live with my parents at the time, you know, until I go off to uni, I kind of, unfortunately, I don't have a choice to be the, you know, the rebellious kind. I kind of have to do it, you know, but come soon. But anyway, that's been a short little snippet. I thought it would be just kind of, you know, entertaining to me, sharing my story as I got home from the grocery store. Nothing really to rant about, but I know. But shoot, dude. Damn, we did 7 of these? Huh. Well, not really 7, if you know what I mean, but like, whew. This has been surprising. But anyway, that's been about for this podcast. See you guys in Apod 8. Yeah, that comes around soon. We'll see how this uploads. You'll know why my uploading is going to be a little shaky for the next few ones. Come Apod 8.5. But anyway, goodbye.